Hi and welcome to Scapula Training. In between the exercise I'm going to read something about the Atrial Septal Defect. Participating in the exercise is at your own risk, and the Atrial Septal Defect is a heart defect, so I'm going to spend in between the exercises a lot of time with talking about a heart defect. The first exercise, just shoulder circles just to begin. And we're just going with the shoulders up and in front, down and back. Just some shoulder circles. Get the shoulders warm and active. And back, up, and we're going to do that 2 more times. The last time. Now we're switching the directions and we're going back. And 2 more times. And last time. And as the first exercise, we're going to do that again, but then a little more active. Now to the atrial septal defect. The first bullet point. Congenital heart defects are problems at the heart which are present directly after the child is born. So there are heart defects, which are problems at the heart, and congenital heart defects. Congenital means it is present at birth. It is not occurred during the lifetime somewhere, but directly in the moment where the child is born, a defect is there, and that is a congenital defect. Congenital means directly at birth. So there are congenital heart defects, defects of the heart which are present at birth. Second point. Atrial septal defect is a congenital heart defect because it is right after the child is born existent. So our atrial septal defect, which we're talking about, is present directly at birth. It is not coming up through life. I think I've read that it can come through life, but we're talking in most cases is right at birth present. So it is a congenital birth defect. A congenital heart defect. Okay, to the first exercise. We are having long arms, so the elbows are not bent but straight, and we're making fists with the arms. Now we're going to do shoulder circuits again, but not just shoulder circuits, but we're doing that very slowly and concentrated. So we're going up and with a lot of effort. And we're bringing the shoulders in front, now we're tucking the chin a bit in, and now we're going down with the shoulders. And now we are completely down, and we're trying to go further down, while we're going backwards. So we are doing 2 movements at a time. We are now back, and we're trying to go further back with the shoulders, while we're already lifting them up. As soon as we're completely up, we're trying the whole time to go further up, while we're moving in front of shoulders. And now where we are in front, we're going down, but we still start trying to go more forward. And we're completely down, and now we're going back while we're still trying to go further down. And only when we're completely back, we're starting to go upwards, but we're still trying to go further back. We're completely up, and we're still trying to go further up while we're going in front. And we're completely in front, and we're still trying to go further in front. We're tucking the chin a bit in. We're trying to go further in front while we're going down, and now we're completely down. We're trying to go further down to the ground, and we're going to do it 1 more round. We're going back, we're going the whole time back while we're lifting up the shoulders. We're completely up, and we're trying to come even more higher with the shoulders. We're going in front, we're going even more in front. We're trying to go in front to tuck the chin in, while we're going down with the shoulders and back. And the more we're going to do it, the other way around the shoulders. So congenital heart defects are defects of the heart present at birth. The atria are separated by the atrial septum in right and left atrium. So the heart has the right and left atrium, and they are separated by the atrial septum after birth. During pregnancy, it's other kinds of septums. During the pregnancy, the septums between the atria have an opening with the foramen ovale. The foramen ovale closes after birth. So during the pregnancy, while the child is inside of the tummy, there are septums, not the atrial septum, other kinds of septums between the right and left atrium, but there is a hole inside of these septums, and through which the blood can flow from the right atrium to the left atrium. So there is a separation. Like after birth, the atrial septum, it is another septum, it are different other ones, but in between these septums, during the pregnancy, there's a hole which is the foramen ovale, for which the blood can come from the right atrium to the left atrium. Now we are very around. Again, straight arms with fists, and we are going in front of the shoulders, completely in front. And now we are just trying to go further in front, lifting the shoulders up, and we're tucking the chin a bit in. We're completely up, and we're trying to go even more up the whole time. We're already moving backwards, and we're completely back. Now we're going down, where we're still trying to go further back. Only now we are completely down. We're going in front, but we are still trying to go further down. Now we're completely in front, and we are still trying, we're tucking the chin a bit in, we are still trying to go further in front the whole time, while we're lifting up to the maximum. And now we're completely up, and we are still trying to go higher up, while we're moving backwards. Now we're backwards, and we are going down, while we are still trying to go further back. We're completely down, we're going further down the whole time, while we're going in front. And now we're completely in front, and we are still trying to go further in front, tuck our chin in. We're going slowly up in one more circle. We're completely up, and we're trying to go further up the shoulders while we're bringing them back. And we have brought them back, and we are still trying to bring them even further back while we're going down with the shoulders. And now we are down, and we are going in the front while we're still trying to go further down. And we're going up, tuck the chin in. We are up, and we release. So the right atrium and left atrium during pregnancy is separated by septums, but not completely. There is a foramen ovale, for which there is an exchange from the right atrium to the left atrium. And after birth, this foramen closes, it becomes a normal thing, closes, and then there's the atrial septum that no blood can anymore come from the right atrium to the left atrium. An open foramen ovale as a passage through the septum separating the atria is referred to the patent foramen ovale, or patent. So if an open foramen ovale, so that there's a hole, is referred to in medical terms with patent foramen ovale. Patent foramen ovale. After birth, the Atrias are normally separated by the atrial septum. By an atrial septal defect, the atrial septum separating the right and left atrium is absent or defect. During pregnancy, the lungs are not yet working. Oxygenated blood comes from the placenta of a fetus carrier into the right atrium, and directly from the right atrium through the foramen ovale into the left atrium, and from there to the whole body. After birth, the deoxygenated blood delivered through the vena cavea to the right atrium is sent with the pulmonary artery to the lungs to get oxygenated, and returns after that through the pulmonary vein to the left atrium and then to the whole body. So during pregnancy, the blood comes, which is oxygenated from the placenta, from the carrier of the fetus, directly through the foramen ovale into the left atrium, and then to the left ventricle, and then through the aorta and the whole body. But after birth, the blood, the child can't get, so during pregnancy, the child can't breathe, it's inside the stomach, and the lungs are not working. And after pregnancy, it's not connected through the umbilical cord to the placenta of the carrier, so it must get it itself, and it gets the blood through pumping the blood from the right atrium through the pulmonary artery to the lungs, where it gets oxygenated, and then through the pulmonary artery back to the left atrium, from the left atrium for the mitral valve into the left ventricle, and then from the left ventricle through the aorta to the whole body. If by an atrial septal defect the right and left atrium are not properly separated by the atrial septum, oxygenated blood in the right atrium can flow into the left atrium, or deoxygenated blood can flow from the left atrium into the right atrium. Both cases can have a result of decreased oxygen deliveries to the body. And if there is not a separating between these two, then the blood after birth with little oxygen is in the right atrium, and it just flows into the left atrium, which shouldn't happen. And then there's not so much, or the other way around, it's not so much oxygen anymore here, because it's exchanged back and forth, or in only one direction, from the one with a higher pressure into the one with less pressure. And then there's not so much oxygen in the blood in the left atrium, and there's not so much oxygen coming into the whole body, and the whole body doesn't get so much oxygen, because the blood with much oxygen is mixed with the blood with less oxygen in the atrium, because the foramen ovale in the middle is not separated, because the atrial septum is, because of an atrial septal defect, not completely closed. And around 10 to 20% of humans have an atrial septal defect. But if a defect is small, no notable signs or symptoms occur. So it's not very rare. 10 to 20% of humans have a defect in the atrial septum, but it's not so severe that it causes any notable signs or symptoms. The next exercise. We are hinging forward with a straight back. We're having the arms dangle and we're making fists and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together with effort. And now we're bringing the arms up, letting the arms down, releasing the shoulder blades. We are bending the knees straight back and letting the arms hang. We are making fists and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together with effort. And we are bringing the arms up, squeeze the shoulder blades still together, and we're letting them down and releasing the shoulder blades. And another 2 rounds. We are with a straight back hinged forward, we're letting the arms dangle. With fists hands, we are squeezing the shoulder blades together with a lot of effort. And we're pulling the arms up. We are still squeezing the shoulder blades together, letting the arms down, the shoulder blades. And another round, straight back, and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Bringing the arms up, the arms down, and the shoulder blades down. The next exercise, we're hinging again forward. Now with a little in front, so not a straight back. And now we're turning the arms to the inside, we're bringing the arms back. We're trying to bring the arms higher and more together while we are lifting up, bringing the scapulas down into posterior scapula training. Trying to go higher with the arms to the middle with shoulder blades. Yes, with shoulder blades also. With the arms, and we're trying to bring the scapulas into posterior scapular training. So the scapulas down. And with effort. Bring them really down, the arms back to the middle. And release. And another time. Ranging forward, but with a round back in the cervix spine. We're turning the arms to the inside, the arms back and together. We're turning up and bringing the shoulder blades back and down. And the arms back and to the middle. And bring the scapulas even more back and down. And more back and down. And releasing the arms and the scapulas. And the last round. Ranging forward, a bit into the knees, we're turning the arms to the inside, arms back and into the middle, and we're going up. And bringing the scapulas back and down. Arms back, arms together, back and together, scapulas with a lot of effort, back and down. And releasing. The last exercise, we arm out to the side and the arm put in front, turning the arm forward and the scapula back. And we are switching the arm back, scapula forward. And not just stay here, try to bring the arm further back and the scapula more front. And with the arm out to the side and put in front, turning the arm in front and the scapula back. Switching arm back, scapula in front. And we're done. Now let's stretching the arm in front, shoulder back, and just sliding it down. With the other arm, shoulder stays back and we are sliding down. And we are done. So atrial septal defect is a defect in the atrial septum after birth. After birth, the Atrias are separated, the right and left atrium are separated by the atrial septum. And during pregnancy, there is the foramen ovale, for which blood can come from the right atrium to the left atrium and then into the body. But after birth, the blood should go through the pulmonary outward to the lungs and through the pulmonary vein back into the left atrium. And this hole hasn't completely closed, this foramen ovale. And that is when an atrial septal defect, and around 10 to 20% of people have this. But if it's not too great, that hole, it doesn't cause notable signs or symptoms. That is an atrial septal defect, so a little hole in the atrial septum between the right and left atrium. Thank you very much, and until next time.